Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream on GT7. Good to see you back. We are back on Thursday, which means we have a new lap time challenge in the game. And let's quickly check out the details before we start into this one. So we have the Autopolis racing course in Group 2 vehicles. Basically, I think we can choose any of those. We are having racing soft tires, which is a good one. The current world record is a 130.7, which means we have to put down a 133.4 at least. Let's quickly check if we rent a car. So we have 10 cars to choose from. Let's see the scoreboard. It seems a GTR, NSX. Yeah, is there any other car? Oh, the RCF, finally a Lexus. But it seems the GTR or the NSX seems to be the car to go for. Personally, I think I would prefer the NSX as I have driven it before. The GTR maybe not so much. But let's see. We take the NSX then. Don't care about livery. Happy to say my PS5 won't crash today, at least up until now, not like last week. And without further talking, let's just start into one lap. TCS, oh. TCS as usual, I drive off. And other than that, brake balance is not to be set. Let's see the time monitor. And first get used to the car and the track. Basically I know the track, but not in Group 2 so much, so let's see. The long left-hander. Could go up to fourth a little earlier maybe. 50 board is way too late. Okay, let's retry with those wasted and dirty tires. Doesn't make sense anyway. Let's start the second lap a bit quicker than before. First try to get a time in so we know what the delta to the goal time is. Oh, way too fast again. Anyway. So Barish, as you're watching, have you done a time lap? Time yet? Any lap for you? Would be a quite difficult challenge today. So that's a 136.6, about 3.5 seconds off. Let's see. Done a lot of mistakes, so was a bit lower than before. Seconds quicker, but not yet gold. 34.5. Oh, too far, too wide. It won't be a better one. Seems first gear out of that corner is a bit quicker. Oh, that's a dangerous exit usually, but I'll figure out how to do that. And into another one. I feel like I lose a lot of time in the first corner already. One second improvement roughly. It's at 33.6, but I think gold was at 33.3. Not so sure. not as good. Oh no, bit too aggressive. Let's quickly check. I think it's 0.3 off still. Oh, 0.4 we need. So it's 0.202 seconds off. We can do that. Maybe not within the next lap, but let's try. Feel quite good about this one so far. I don't like that corner. Go. That's it. Got it. Like 5th or 6th lap maybe. A solid 0.7 delta to the gold border. No time gain, they lost on that one. Okay, a bit too aggressive now, so let's try one more. Again, gold. Ooh. Not invalid. Interesting. A bit far off from the last lap, so Late on the brakes. Try again. Bit wide. No, that's not it. Let's see. What is our rank? P587. What's my friend's board? Wow, I'm already quickest currently. That's at least a good one. But I feel like I could go for a 32.5 maybe. Let's give it some more tries. The issue about Gr.2 is I drive it so rarely, and the downforce and grip level on those cars is so much different from Gr.3 that basically you have to learn the car and then get the most out of it. And that's not how to go for it. Sliding is always a loss of time. There's a lot of time in its long left-hander. That line was not ideal, too wide on the exit. Nope, lost it. Bit of an oversteer. Too fast. Understeering wide. Feels like I'm driving really dirty, not a clean line. lost it. I thought the exit was safe and then get an oversteer. Nope. I think I'm going over my personal limit currently, and that's why I just keep on getting slower. Too late on the brakes. What was that? Anyway, I don't think I will improve. Let's try and review the quick lap. Save the best lap replay. And quickly go for a small guide on that one. Though I don't really feel like I had a lot of defined braking spots. Let's see. Let's just analyze what I did. So basically, out of the last corner, which is not recorded yet, you can go to the power very early, because as I said, the Group 2 in racing soft tires has a lot of grip and downforce, and I never had the feeling that out of the last corner the car felt like spinning. So try and push early to get high speed already starting into your lap. Then basically for the first corner you go over to the left hand side of the track, and the first brake marker I used was this 100 baud on the left. So I think I tried slightly behind that one to go into the brakes. I'm still flat out here. Yeah, I'm releasing the power. So shortly after the 100 baud, or you can also use this orange marked barrier on the left hand side if it suits you better. And then shortly after that, this is the downshift. Here I start to go into the brakes. So roughly at around 70 meters, I'd say. Then go down to third gear. I think I sometimes also use second to get a bit more load on the front axle to have a bit more grip for turning in. Let's see what I did here. Third gear, second as I said, but then early back to third. And then to the power, and you can use a lot of this curb actually. You can also go a bit off with the left-hand side tires. As long as the right-hand side stays on the curb, you will not get an invalidated lap. But I think you have to be back on track once this curb ends. So if you're off track behind that curb, for sure it's invalid. Then you go up to fifth gear, I think, and over to the left-hand side. And then you have a small escape road here on the left-hand side. And you can again use this orange marked barrier on the left if you see that one better than the escape road. So slightly next to that or slightly behind that, I started braking. So here I'm releasing the power already. Then go into the brakes and then aim for the curb on the inside, not directly, a bit delayed. And you can cut a lot of this one without invalidating your lap. So I shortly go down to second gear again to get grip for turn in. And then I shift up to third, I think. Let's see. Yeah, up to third, short power input, and then back to the brakes. Try to hit a narrow line for this double left-hander. So you have a how you say? I'm always missing that one. A double apex corner, so to say. Short power input in second, and then go up to third for this corner. Short power input again. And then immediately you aim for the right-hand side curb. So you want to get a very narrow line for the right-hander again. And brake actually immediately after straightening up the car on this small straight. So what you see here, I'm just releasing the power, downshifting to second. And you want to go down to first gear for that corner and also out of that corner. So you go down to first, try to keep a narrow line, and once you open up the steering, back to the power in first and immediately up to second to not hit the rev limiter. And for this left-hander, you go over to the right-hand side of the track, then you keep the power input turning into the corner, and mid-corner you release the power. I think I did a slide of brake input, a slight bit, and then go down to third gear and keep it in third, giving it gentle power input to keep the speed high whilst not going wide because of understeering. So you can see I'm going down to third, I give it a gentle power input and then flat out again, trying to use all the width of the track on the exit whilst not going too wide. And then you have high speed coming to this corner, and you can use either this arrow box on the right hand side, or what I used is slightly before the 50 baud on the right hand side, as you can see. So I'm releasing the power, going down to very first gear, slowing down the car in a straight line, releasing the brakes, turning in first gear, rolling to the apex, which is mid of the corner, so mid of the curb on the inside, early up to second, and then very gently going back to the power because you have this bank corner to the outside, I think, and then going slightly downhill. So if you hit that power too early, you immediately spin, you have power oversteer. No way to go around that because you have low downforce at low speed, so even the Group 2 just spins out. So let's see, I'm going down to first gear, mid-corner apex, up to second, gently back to the power, and when you straighten up the car or the corner opens up, go to the power. Then over to the left-hand side, and again, we just crossed that one. Let's quickly go forward. You have these orange markings on the barrier on the left-hand side as well, next to the 100 baud. And I think slightly after that, you see this barrier on the left has a slight kink where it starts to get straight again coming from the left. I think around this one I used as a brake marker. So you give it a slight tap, going down to fourth gear if you're up to fifth beforehand. And then again you can roll into the corner, so just a slight tap to the brakes, rolling into the corner, a lot of cutting on the inside curb on the right hand side. And then you immediately go back to the power again, taking the car all the way to the left hand side, outside of the corner. So let's quickly check that one. Down to fourth, over the curb, power input, and going to the left hand side of the corner. And then you're preparing already for the entry into the next right-hander. So again, you just give it a slight tap to the brakes and go down to third gear, and then you let the car roll, trying to keep a narrow line close to the inside curb on the right hand side. So down to third, keeping it in a roll, gentle power input, and then flat out shortly up to 4th. And for this left-hander, you keep it in 4th, but you slightly lift the power pedal so you don't go wide because you're just too fast. And then roll through this one, short power input, and like 20 to 50 meters ahead of this curb on the right-hand side, the inside curb, you go off the power and go to the brakes down to 2nd gear, because otherwise you will go wide and end up in the gravel just straight in front of you. So you go down to 2nd gear, slow that car down, let it turn, let it roll, let it rotate, and then gently back to the power and flat out once you aim for this left-hand side inside curb again. So if you get a straight line heading to that curb, back to the power in 2nd, up to 3rd, and you want to carry the car then all the way over to the right-hand side of the track, which is around here, you can basically go even more to the right, because this gives you a better entry into the next left-hander. And this is again just tapping the brakes, keeping it in 3rd, and then letting that car roll to carry a lot of speed through the corner, not losing too much time, before then going back to the power again, shortly up to 4th, over to the left-hand side and preparing for the last right-hand side corner before you're going back to the finish line. And this is again, you're braking slightly, not too much, because then you will have no grip for turning. Go down to 2nd gear just to give it a bit more load on the front axle, and then early go back to 3rd gear. And don't forget, you have high grip in that car, so you can put that power down really early. So if you take a look, down to 2nd, early up to 3rd, and now flat out again, cut a lot of the curb on the left to go back to the straight and then over the finish line. And this should hopefully give you a gold time as I did, and 2 million credits for this week's challenge. And I guess with a 32.7 being the gold border at 33.4 currently, this should do the job, I guess. Otherwise I need to come back and put in another lap time that is drastically better, let's say. But yeah, that's already the lap time challenge for this week. Basically, how long do we stream now? Like half an hour? I wouldn't say it's too difficult if you know the track already and just have to get used to the car, which I had to do. It's more or less easy to do, I would say. And as you can see, there is still the lap time challenge of last week up with the Mazda Spirit Racing, or Mazda Miata as we call it in my region, or MX-5, more to say. Sorry. On DDPro's Raceway, I still have the stream of last week up, so if you want to check this one out to go for a lap, feel free to do so. I'm still 1.96% of the best time, so this should also be safe. No need to go for that again. And as I don't want to end the stream after half an hour, as usual, let's check out those daily races. So what do we have? Autopolis, but a short layout. Which cars are that? In the Ferrari Testarossa from 91. Sport hard tires. Sounds like a bit of a rage race. We have DR and SR affected, so doesn't sound to me to go for this one to improve your DR or SR. You will rather lose a lot. Then we have Lago Maggiore in Group 4. This one is a 5-lap race on hard tires. We could try one on these. And then we have Willow Springs in Group 3, 17 laps. And you have to use the hard and the medium tire on this one. Wets are allowed, but for sure there's no rain. Anyway, brake balance might be adjusted, otherwise it's the mid-speed BOP. When is the next race start? In 20 minutes. I feel like I could go for some practice on this one. Because this one starts in 1 minute and I haven't done a single lap in any Group 4 vehicle, so maybe we'll try this one. Let's see what is the typical car to use. Otherwise I feel like I go for the Ferrari again. There's a lot of guys in the Subaru, so good handling might be beneficial. I really like the Subaru. Maybe I also go for that one. I mean, why not? It's a great car, but it's not the quickest one on the straight. That's where it usually struggles, but this track is also not the quickest in terms of straights, so let's try the Subaru. It's my favorite car, to be honest, in the game. The issue is if you use that Gr.2 glasses, that one is a right-hand drive. And here in Germany we have left-hand drive cars, so that's a bit unusual to me to sit in that car on the, so to say, wrong side. Oh, I don't want to go for a rental car, do I? I'm searching for my car. There you go. So hard and medium. I feel like I need to start on the mediums because I have no idea how long they last and when we need to go for the pits. If we go for the hard tire, if I go too early with the hard tire into the pits and the mediums don't last until the end of the race, then I'm literally out. So let's see. Into the first lap. I can basically stay flat out in that corner, at least when starting into the qualifying or training. Oh no. I feel like this might also happen in the race, and this one is really, since there is like, you're going off track, you're just in a desert. See? I should not talk and turn. So if you do one mistake within the race, you're basically gone. The off track is a really wide area. But let's see, at least the pit entry and exit is very big, so no risk of getting the 3-second penalty. Let's just set a qualifying time. Don't go wide on the exit. Perfect. Oh. I need to train this corner. It's a bit too fast on the entry of that one. And this section now should be mostly flat out. Long right-hander into the last corner. That's it. I didn't even check what are those other guys doing for qualifying. Let's do one more and then quickly check. Going off too wide. What am I doing? I feel like I'm too stupid for this right-hander on top of that hill. missed the shift. 13.2. I don't feel like this is quick, so... Man, a 111.0, 111.6, 13.2. What is the global ranking? P10,000. So far off. Let's get a ghost. Usually I never use ghosts because I dislike them being in front of me on the track, but it's already irritating me, that heavy. See, I don't like ghosts. Maybe I'll do just one race, see how it goes, and if I enjoy it. I'm losing it again. Just stupid. How long do we have to start? 11 minutes. I need to register. I'll do one race, as I said, and if it's not made for me, that's it for today. Not sure if that felt quicker. Going down to second gear is, I think, clearly slower, but I'm not sure. Maybe I don't really need to brake on that last turn. Oh, we have an improvement. Oh, that's too wide. I'm lacking consistency on that one, clearly. This guy tried to go for 113.0 or 12 point something again. I need to get some confidence for that race. Felt a bit more safe, but it's a 49. I think before it was a 48 for that sector. So indeed, no braking required on the last turn. 13.0. Too late on that power again, so that lasts me a good amount of time. At least I'm getting more or less consistent low 13s, which might not be really quick. I'm too wide on the outside. Okay. 4 minutes to go. Maybe I'll quickly check a replay of someone else to see his line. Got 3 minutes to go. Yeah. Can we do from here? Ah, no. Let's quickly check. Cancel. 3.5 minutes. Ranking. What are they doing? Play, replay. So I think he will stay in 5th. Yes, braking it behind the 100, down to 3rd, close to the inside. Okay. Yeah, keep the inner line, keep it in 4th. Give it some gentle power input to keep the speed. Then braking at the 50 board. 4th gear up that hill. Oh, that does feel so unnatural to drive like that. Okay, a lot of 4th gear through that sector. Low 47. Okay. I'm not sure if I can reproduce that one, but at least I get an idea of how to do it. And we got 1 minute 30 to go. Will that be enough to get 1 lap done? Nope, it will not. At least we can do some try on that mid sector. You will spin in 4th gear. Ah, I hate that. As I said, it feels so unnatural going uphill and going for 4th gear. And then still the car has so much torque that the rear will just spin out. Now I got dirty tires anyway, so... let's start into the race. I already feel like this is not the race for me. Let's see. Where's my position on the grid? I expect something like P12. And it is P14. Yeah, well. Was not the best qualifying lap, so. And we do have the mediums. Okay. Let's go. First race and maybe also last race of the day. depending on how everything works out. But at least we have the lap time challenge done quite quickly. That's what the stream was actually all about. Let's go. Keep the eyes on the radar for the first turn. I feel like other guys are maybe on the hard tire. So I'm gaining so quickly. Too brave. And we're back to dead last. Oh, don't push me. Come on. At least he's saying sorry. Oh, good, Leo. There's no need to let me pass. It was an incident. But I appreciate it. Driving like an idiot again. I hope he won't go for a move. At least it's clean. Don't brake, please, don't brake. Come on. That was my bad. Tires are looking good after 3 laps. I don't feel like I want to go 3 wide into the first hander. Don't do that mistake again. have hit that power much earlier, but then I would have hit the BMW. He will go for a move, clearly. I'm not going for the inside on that corner. Can only go for a bad decision. Oh no. My bad. Sorry, Oleg. Getting an overtake done is not too easy, I feel. There was no grip to pull to the inside. Now I have damage on the front. And here we go again. Damn it. Push too hard again. At least I did not get a penalty for that. Let's stay behind. The outer line is not that good of a choice. Can't see it too much. Don't go wide. That's pretty close racing. Why do I always crash into the BMW if I get a good exit? It's like the second time this happened. Now he's off. Oh, I'm a bit wide. Tires can do at least one more, I hope. Oh, that was definitely not on purpose. But I think I'm gonna pit after this lap. The front left one is really pretty wasted. I don't know if I should go for the pit or go for one more lap. Yeah, that's it. But let's now go in. P2 is also going for the pits now, so it seems like 11 laps is doing the job for these tires. Hard tire. Oh, really? No need to refuel. I was a bit confused now. I'm still P8. That's nice. And I didn't come out in traffic, which is also a good one to get used to the hard tire. Oh yeah, a bit too fast. Cold hard tires, as I said last week. Be careful. P1 did 12 laps on the mediums. So 11 to 12 laps seems possible. How come the guy behind caught up so quick? I think when I checked it, it was 3 seconds of a gap. Or am I wrong? Not sure if I can keep him behind if he got the mediums on now, which I feel like he has. He's definitely got the higher speed compared to me. Okay, P9. BRZ behind is also just 1 second off. And I feel like he could also be on the quicker tire. Oh, 0.8. 3 laps to go. Oh, 0.5. Oh no, he's getting close. Interesting how much quicker the medium tire seems to be. Inner line, give him space, keep it clean, and don't lose time. That's all I can do. So now we have 2 seconds to P11. But maybe if he gets up to the BMW and they get into fighting, we might get P8 back. Ooh, that was close. Got a pretty good exit. There's just this one lap to go. I don't feel like the BMW is slow, so let's try. Bit of an oversteer. Nah, the hard tire just doesn't give me enough grip. But we started P14, we got P10. Could be worse. Oh, he's off. If he gets a penalty for that. Not yet. No, he did not. I mean, I was off track as he did as well one time, but how can you not get a penalty when going completely off track at the end of that corner? If you got a penalty, I would have had his position. Anyway. So let's say, where is Leo? No worries. If he's still in. And my DR went down again. It's always the same. Anyway. So as I said, yeah, I did this race one time. Indeed, it's enjoyable, but as I'm pretty tired and the target of today was to attack this time trial, which we did with good effort, I think. Yeah, I'd like to end the stream. So, oh, I just see Protray, good race, mate. That was a weird ending. Yeah, I also think it could have been a penalty, but as I said just 1 minute ago, I also did that exit of the corner one time within the race, and I was happy to not get a penalty, so it's just fair that he did not get one either, and did not lose the position in the end to me. But anyway, as I said, the lap time challenge is done. I will again put bookmarks into the description of this stream, so you can easily find it once it goes live after the stream. Yeah, feel free to watch it, feel free to share it, feel free to leave a like if it helps you out. And then again, I say thanks for watching. I hope it was a good one for you as well as it was for me. And then, yeah, in the end, we see each other next week on the next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone, and bye-bye.